Greetings, back with another one. I'm glad a buddy of mine wanted me to talk about this. I'm here on Screen Rant. Now, I would say that I gave the beta high expectations for one reason and one reason only. I thought that they were going to use the latest Unreal technology to do this. I didn't think they were just going to port the old game and just make a remaster of a remaster. I guess you could say that's what they did. So when I saw like the same type of old movements, the clunkiness of the original game, I was more disappointed by that. Yeah, but like I said, it's just a beta, so I'm not gonna bite their heads off too much. But I'm with this article from Screen Rant that says Reloaded beta has problems that put future games under threat. I don't necessarily know what that means, but my buddy shot this out to me, so I want to talk about it. I very much doubt they'll probably talk about my concern about it, but let's just get into it. The second Gears of War Reloaded beta took place this past weekend, and after two beta periods, it seems fans are not satisfied with the game and are pointing out a lot of the game's issues. Reloaded is essentially a remaster of Gears of War Ultimate Edition, which was almost also a remaster of the Gears of War game from 2006. Initially, a lot of players felt like that they had already played Gears of War Reloaded before, given the virtual non-existent improvements to the game outside the graphical and performance enhancements and rough beta problems. Seems like they are not elevating many fans' concerns. Over on Reddit, in a post from whoever that is, fans are expressing their frustration with the game's input latency, lag, and general online stability. The user posted a clip on them playing Reloaded and clearly shooting someone from the opposing team at near point blank range with the Nash shotgun, and the game now registering all the pellets, leading them to quickly get killed in response. Okay, for that complaint, if you have not played Gears of War before, if you are just starting out this, only thing I can say to you is welcome to Gears. Welcome to Gears, because I'm telling you, this series is over 20 years old. If you are a veteran such as me, that complaint is nothing new to you. So I'm led to believe that this is newcomers who are experiencing this what us veterans experienced 20 years ago. So the original Gears of War 1 was very inconsistent. Like, I mean, the Nasher went all over the place. You point blank somebody, they don't go down. Like I said, the first one was very inconsistent. The second one had server issues, the clunkiness and stuff like that. But predominantly the first two games. So that, like I said, that has to be, like I said, if you are a veteran complaining about this, where have you been for the last 20 years? So, like I said, I kind of thought that the article would go this way. Because, like I said, my complaint was more of the engine. I thought they were going to use the latest engine to do this. I didn't think they was going to use the older one. So, like I said, for all you Sony guys who are just experiencing this, welcome to Gears. But don't lose hope on this, because it does get better. 2, 3, 4, 5, it does get better. Yeah, the shotgun always kind of has this inconsistencies, but it does get better. It does. Continue. The user went on to express disappointment over wanting Gears to be popular again, and noting the issue, writing, "If this continues, we will never see Gears 2 or 3 come back." I disagree with that. Like I said, the best thing that TC and Sony to do is continue to stick together and release all of the Gears of War games. Because I'm telling you right now, if that one comes out for Sony, if 2 and 3 comes out for Sony, 2 and 3 in particular, it will grow on the Sony side. It will. I think TC did making a great decision by releasing this on Sony so that Sony players can play it. But like I said, if you are a novice, if you're just getting into Gears of War now, don't let this discourage you, because this is a veteran talking. This is nothing new for us. We have dealt with this for 20 years. But I'm telling you, it does get better. Do not let this discourage you, people, if this is just your first time out. Continue. The user, yeah, all right. Went down. All right. Overall, there seems to be a lot of discourse surrounding Reloaded. On the one hand, some fans are defending the nostalgic online problems that Gears of War 1 had almost 20 years ago. There you go, exactly. See, I'm just reading this along with you guys. I didn't know they were going to say that. Because like I said, when you are a veteran, this is nothing new to you. So it says, and others are showing disapproval of the issues and worry about the problems will make the Gears of War series less appealing to new audiences. It may, but like I said, if you're looking for a third person, cover base, shotguns, get it on, this is the game for you. Do not let the inconsistencies of the beta or Gears 1 discourage you. I'm telling you right now. I said to my buddy, yeah, it was disappointing that they didn't use the latest technology engine for the beta, but I told him, I said, when Reloaded comes out, if it's kind of like the Ultimate Edition was, I'm not gonna complain. Yeah, the Ultimate Edition was kind of like Gears 1 and kind of inconsistent, but it was playable. I had fun playing the Ultimate Edition. I made a lot of clips, shredding. I had, times when I shredding like 4 people by myself. Yeah, my buddies, we call it a shred. We all call it Gib, we call it a shred. Like we don't even call it Gears of War no more. You say you want to shred, let's shred. All right, that's what me and my buddies call it. Yeah, but I've had situations where I would just shred 4 people by myself. Like as long as you got your movements down. Like I said, this is a veteran talking. So when you've been playing this as long as I have, the inconsistencies and the gun not registering, you're gonna get used to that. You're gonna get used to that. And the one thing that will help you if you continue to stay with Gears, if you are a Sony player, the one thing that will help you in those times of need is getting your movements down. The wall, like we call it, wall bouncing. Like I said, Gears of War is a cover-based game. So if you know how to like dodge shots by snapping on a cover, trying to like I'm sure if like you go on to watch videos on YouTube and you watch veterans play, like the movements, you see them moving all crazy, that's wall bouncing. That's what veterans do to maneuver through shots. Like if you're engaging in a shotgun battle with somebody, that's what the veterans do so they can get close to you, so they can get the shred on you. So like I said, if you're a newcomer, do not let it discourage you. I'm telling you right now, it does get better. Continue. This, of course, was just a beta. Thank you. And things could definitely change between now and August. Hopefully it will. I think it will. I think when Reloaded comes out, it will kind of be more like Ultimate Edition. Hopefully they use the latest engine. That's what I wanted. That was my complaint. You know what I'm saying? The shotgun inconsistency, that's no complaint for me. I'm a veteran, so I expected that. But I wanted them to use the latest engine. That's what I wanted. Continue. Several users are also discussing the longevity Reloaded will have if it remains in the state represented by the beta. Hopefully it doesn't. With user Big Doof acknowledging the issue that plagued the original release of the game, but also saying it needs to be fixed, writing it was fine at the time, but it needs to be fixed or this will be dropped quick. Other users are noting that the inconsistencies of the game's weapons and servers with whatever their name is, saying it was like one game good and the game after I couldn't kill anyone anymore, even with the same players. A beta is just that, a beta which is designed to test for server issues and problems. With the full release still over 2 months away, there is time for developers, because I always want to record after I eat, for the coalition to address the game's multiplayer issues. Still, it is a little disappointing that PlayStation fans for their first experience with the game's multiplayer is plagued by hit registration issues, connection issues, and just general connection instability. All of that on top of Reloaded being a remaster of a remaster. Yeah, that was my biggest thing. Essentially, it's causing some alarm bells to go off for several fans. Hopefully, the hit registration and the beta issues get resolved before the full release. With Gears of War E-Day aiming for 2026 release, Gears of War Reloaded is the perfect opportunity to bring in the large PlayStation audience to the franchise before the game release. Assuming it does come to PS5, I hope that it does, because PlayStation players will benefit if it does. But the beta experience seems to be having a lot of fans nervous about the series' future. This is what I'm gonna tell the y'all newcomers: do not get discouraged by the beta, or like I said, if Gears of War Reloaded doesn't improve by then, don't get discouraged, because it, like I sound like a broken record saying this, but it does get better. Because I'm telling you right now, if Sony can hang on with TC releasing the Gears games, when y'all get to this one, that's the Gears of War 3 posters that I always have hanging behind me. When Sony plays, if y'all get to that one, I'm telling you, y'all gonna love it. You are going to love it. And like I said, I still like 4 and 5. I played 4 and 5. 4 and 5 are great. I know a lot of Gears heads kind of went away from 4 and 5 because you know mainly for story purposes. Marcus and Dom and Colin Baird, they're not at the forefront anymore. It's the kids now. So a lot of Gears heads went away because of the story purposes. But when it comes to the online play, horde mode gets better as the Gears go along. Horde mode is the best it's ever been in my opinion, and I'm a veteran saying this. And multiplayer, I think, is the best it's ever been. I love multiplayer. I get on and shred. I mean, I haven't been playing it for a while because I've been playing other games. But like I said, as I'm telling you, for all you newcomers, do not let this discourage you. It does get better. It does. Like I said, as a veteran, my biggest complaint was I thought they was going to use the latest engine. That was my biggest complaint. When the shotgun being inconsistent and hit registration, that's nothing new to me. If you are a veteran complaining about this, where the hell you been 20 years? I mean, yeah, like I said, yeah, I would say that the beta, like I said, I don't want to compare the beta to Ultimate Edition. I don't, because it's just the beta. But I remember when Gears of War 3 beta came out and it was better than this. I remember that. I my buddies, man, we were like we were like this close to the TV, just waiting for the beta to come out. Like we could not wait to play them. We played all the way to the morning. I don't even think we slept that day. I'm over here spitting, but I don't think we slept that day. We played the Gears of War 3 beta all night, all morning. It was so fun. And but like I said, that was Gears of War 3 beta. Gears of War 3 is much polished than the original Gears of War games. It's much polished in 2 and 3. So like I said, man, if you are a newcomer, don't let this discourage you. Hopefully when Gears of War Reloaded comes out, it's kind of like Ultimate Edition. I honestly, like I said, I want them to use the latest Unreal technology. I want Gears of War Reloaded, but I want it to look like Gears 5. I want it to move like Gears 5. I want the Gears 5 engine, but with the Reloaded, the Gears of War 1 setting and format. That's what I wanted as a veteran. Hopefully they do that. I don't think they will. I think it's just going to be kind of just like Ultimate Edition when it comes out. But that's fine too. I had fun with Ultimate Edition. I made a lot of clips playing Ultimate Edition, and I'm shredding people all over the place. Yeah, it was still inconsistency, but the one thing, like I said, this is a veteran. I'm talking to all the newcomers out there. As a veteran, the one thing that will help you in Gears of War 1 Reloaded when it comes out, get your wall bouncing game up, get your movements. And if you don't know what I'm talking about with wall bouncing, get on YouTube and watch like someone who's been playing Gears of War for years, and you see how they move. Because like I said, Gears of War is a cover-based game, and you see how they snap the cover, they move and dodging shots and stuff like that. That's what the veterans do in order to get the well-placed shots. They'll dodge, and they'll do what is called the pop shot, where you click the aim real quick and you pop it to line it up, or you can shoot from the hip. Like I think on Gears 5, I think shooting from the hip is better actually than hard aiming. If you hard aim on Gears 5, it's better just to go for the down. Do not go for the shred or point blank. But like I said, man, to all the newcomers, just hang in there, man. I'm telling you, because I'm telling you, you are gonna want that. You are gonna want that game to come out on the PlayStation. You are gonna want that one. That, to me, that is my favorite one. So like I said, just hang in there. So hopefully, TC. Hopefully they polish, Reloaded when it comes out. And if it's like Ultimate Edition, I'm not gonna complain. Yeah, I would want it to, the latest Unreal. But like I said, if once you come up with 2, 3, 4, 5, you're gonna get that anyway. So hopefully, I just hope that it won't take 20 years for Sony to come out with all of the Gears of War games. Hopefully it doesn't take another 20 years. Hopefully it doesn't. But yeah, man. But like I said, they said some of the things I was saying. Like as a veteran, this is nothing new to us. So all the newcomers, like I said last time, welcome to Gears, man. This is when we went through this 20 years ago. But like I said, when you shred somebody and you actually get good at the game, it does pay off and it does feel rewarding, and it's going to want to keep you playing more. Trust me on that one. But yeah, guys, another one for the archives. 31 cents added. It's your brother Bleak signing out. Until next time, you guys. Os.